Hello everyone, Michael here with the Daily S4 YouTube channel, and today I want to talk about storage on your Samsung Galaxy S4. So this is a 32GB octa-core Exynos version of the Samsung Galaxy S4, and as you can see, the total space available is 21.96GB, and that is lower than I expected actually, because if they're using the same memory or storage module that they've been using for the Galaxy Note 2 and probably the S3, that means that on the 32GB models, they're reserving 6.5 gigabytes for the storage partition. I'm just taking a guess on, from what I'm used to seeing, and that's 2 gigs more than the Galaxy Note 2, which is running Android 4.1, whereas this one is running Android 4.2. So that is quite a bit more that they took, unfortunately. And 22 gigabytes, that is a lot to work with for some and very little to others. Like for example, if you're into games, right? Some of these games, they take up to 3.5 gigabytes, maybe even more these days. And imagine just how many of those you can install before you start hitting the wall. Whereas if you don't play 3D games at all, you probably will never run into a storage issue on here. You can make the situation a little better if you're running into storage issues by getting a 64GB micro SDXC card. And this is a class 10 card. If you were to get one today, yeah, I would absolutely get this one. Class 10 just means it could write to it at 10 megabytes a second, and it could reach usually around double that. So if you see a class 6, it means you could write to it at 6 megabytes a second, which is lower. So get the class 10 card because they are about the same price. So anyway, one thing I was curious about when I first got this device, which I checked right away, was if they did anything about moving of apps in Android 4.2. I know Samsung kind of hinted that they are kind of working on it and they know it's an issue, but unfortunately it looks like they haven't added anything in here. If you just want to take a quick peek here, right, there's no like move to SD option here, which is unfortunate. And this also means that I would guess an update that will let you move apps on the Galaxy Note 2 is probably not going to happen. I just don't expect it. I guess going back to the SanDisk card, let's pop it in here. Now, the Galaxy S4, another thing I was curious about was the formats that it accepted. Previously, we've seen that it accepted exFAT and FAT32. So I kind of tried NTFS, and yes, it still doesn't work. No big surprise there, but I was hoping maybe they will let us get to some of our NTFS files. I know it's a challenge with the security properties, but hey, it's possible. So let's go to the storage. So on a 64GB card, you could see that there is 59.47 gigabytes. So even on the storage card, right, they kind of shortchange us about 4.5 gigabytes there, but hey, that's a lot of space to work with. So you can make the storage situation a little bit better for yourself by doing stuff like this, like going to your camera settings, and when you take new pictures or new video, it's just going to store it on your memory card instead of taking your storage, and they do take a lot of space. So this is definitely a good option to set, especially if you like shooting video. So maybe I shouldn't have gone through it so quickly, but go to your camera. If you didn't get that pop-up initially, hit that setting icon and then hit it again. Then slide over to your configure here. That setting, I guess we hit it 3 times. And then go to all the way to the bottom, and then it should be on memory card. And if you do have a slow memory card like a class 4 or a class 2 micro SD card, definitely upgrade it, because your videos, when you try to record it, it might just stop recording if it cannot keep up. So there's that. And one thing that I want to go back to is there are some apps that do support this type of configuration with the storage card inside. So one game that I know of called The Bard's Tale, it actually knows that you have a Samsung phone with the external SD card, and when it downloads the data, it gives you the option to actually store it on your SD card. So even though you cannot traditionally move it to the SD card, if the developer programs it into the app, you definitely can store the 3.5 GB that game data into your storage card, which is ideal to do in that situation. I just wish that more games supported it that way. Anyway, if you haven't been to my channel yet, please come to my channel and check out my other videos on the Samsung Galaxy S4. I also run a channel called the Daily Note 2, so make sure you check that out also. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because I plan on making more of these videos so that you could get the most out of your Samsung Galaxy S4. Once again, thank you for watching.